So, let's see. Hello and welcome to the Magnificent Abundance Manifesto. So, this is a very unusual time for me, but I decided that I would come anyway because I wanted to finalize the manifestation week 2 that I talked about in my previous life. So, as promised, I came to do this. And let me share first, and then I will be able to talk about the main theme, but also tell you what happened, why I didn't finish the manifestation week 2. I think it was back in December. So, let's see. Hey, Mariam, how are you? Thanks for joining. So let's share it. So it's an unusual time, as I said, but I'm very happy to be here with all of you. So, the reason why I didn't finish the week manifestation 2 back in December was because this manifestation week videos over this week, over 1 week, has a very strong energy to it of energy upgrade. And I am going personally through a really big energy upgrade whenever I do this manifestation week, and it's supposed to be, to help you, but it ends up helping me too. So I'm really happy about that. So if I were you, I would watch these videos because you're going to benefit from the energy of it and obviously of the content, but it's quite special. So today the theme was hey Kayan, yes, you did miss. Yes, I'm glad that you're here. All right, so today somewhere in the world, I'm sure it's still Wednesday. So this is Manifestation Wednesday, and the theme is shadow work required to speed up manifestation. So, first of all, I'm going to define what is shadow work, and then go through a quick explanation of what manifestation is, even though you all here know what manifestation is, but in case you need a little reminder, I'm very happy to share. So let's actually start with manifestation first. So manifestation, if you've watched the movie The Secret, if you've been following the law of attraction, if you're following Abraham Hicks, you will know what it is. And if you don't, it's fine. I'm going to run through a very basic explanation. So manifestation means bringing to your physical reality something that you really, really desire, whether it's more money, more love, a house, a partner, whatever you want. So basically it's your dream becoming real, becoming true. And in that case, there is a way to do it. Yes, you can work for it and take actions, but it's not the only thing that is going to make it come to you very quickly. Why? Because it's all about the energy that is underneath your desire and how you feel about what you desire. And when the energy is right, because you know how to command your energy because of the way you feel, because of the energy that you put out there, then you're going to attract, meaning you're going to get what you want very quickly. And the action that you're going to take is going to be very fruitful, very positive. You're going to actually take action and get results very quickly, as opposed to take action and not get it and getting it wrong and have to start all over again. So what it means is you're going to shorten the time between what you want and receive it in your world. And that's why the energy part is super important. Now, why do I talk about shadow work? This is like a fancy expression that some people are using to talk about what I have called in the past energy blocks. It's the same thing, said differently, but in essence, the shadow stuff is the part of you that is still in the shadow, meaning the part of you that you haven't embraced and the part of you that is still feeling wounded. And not really feeling, it's like the wounded part of you that is creating some sort of yucky energy. Remember, it's all about energy. And that yucky energy is repelling what you want instead of attracting it. And this is why oftentimes you can take action and, be dedicated and do the work and really put your heart into it, and yet you don't get the results. Things don't work out. It collapses at the last minute. You make money and then you invest in something that goes wrong, or somehow you get expenses out of nowhere. Why? Because your energy is somehow very, something is happening with your energy, and it's is skewing the result. It damages your ability to, become successful and attract what you want in a way that is more, in a way that is easier and that doesn't require a lot of headache and a lot of hustle and a lot of struggle. So does it mean once you work on your energy, that's it, everything comes to you at once? Yes and no, you still need to take tangible action. So it's the combination that is going to make you super, super successful and super, super magnetic to attract into your life what you desire. So is it required? Well, the answer is obviously yes. Meaning you are going to look into the parts of yourself that you've been avoiding. The angry part of yourself, the resentful part of yourself, the part of yourself that you're ashamed of and you'd rather even not look at because, it's not nice. It's actually, you're kind of ashamed of it. And this is exactly why you need to look into it, because then if you don't, it's like... let's say you hurt yourself, right? And you cut yourself and you're like, no, I'm not going to look into it. It's not something, I'm interested in. But then if you leave the wound unattended, what can happen, right? It's going to fester. It's going to go bad. And then eventually at some point, if it goes that bad, like really, really bad, you will have to cut that part of your body. I mean, like if you go to hospital and all. So that is because it's going to get infected. It's going to horrible. So this is the same thing with your energy. If you leave that part of you that has a lot of trauma, a lot of wounds, a lot of scars from whatever experience you've been through, so it's going to affect your ability to have a, happy life. It's going to affect how you will, first of all, look at the world, but also even though you're not aware of these parts of yourself, if they are unattended, if they are not looked into, then you're going to have like drama in your life come out of nowhere. Things are not working out. Things are not, or things keep breaking up, and you don't know why, and then you feel like, what have I done? I'm a good person, and why are these things not working for me? Well, you can be a good person, but if there are inside you these parts that have been unattended and addressed, what I call wounds, then it doesn't matter how good of a person you are. Because if you have that wound and it's not addressed, then things are going to go wrong in your life. And you're going to be in a lot of pain. You're going to sometimes have a lot of anxiety, get into depression, and worse, have health issues. In fact, if you're into this type of work, you will know, and maybe you don't know, and I'm going to tell you, a lot of, it's not a lot, it's the expression, your physical disease is an expression of an emotional wound and a spiritual wound. And whatever ache you might have in your body, whatever disease you might have experienced or you still are going through, comes from somewhere inside you that is wounded. And once you address this, then actually the body is going to heal itself. And you're going to, become healthier. So it is vital to look into this, and this is not something that we actually learn that is on the media as such. It's something that a tiny percent of the population knows about, but it's real. So I would highly encourage you to do that. So can you do it yourself? Yes, to some level. I mean, if you've been into personal development, or you've looked into energy healing even, and you are someone you like to figure out by yourself, sure, go ahead, do it. However, there are some parts of you, if they are kind of complex in terms of stuff that you've experienced, it requires someone who has expertise to have the insight, the eye to identify where it's hurting and why it's hurting. Even though sometimes you might have, let's say, I did talk about earlier about procrastination, which to do something, and when you look into the root, it's actually nothing to do with the thing. It's something way deeper, completely unrelated from the outside, but actually is at the root of where you're stuck. So it's the same thing. So if you want to figure out by yourself, please go ahead. If you want quick results, I would highly recommend you to, work with someone who has the expertise, the insight, and the skill set to help you move forward. So that's what I do with my clients. So I will highly encourage you to look into my work, and if you want to have a taster, you can get the free session that I have on my website, or if you want to come with me for a session, go for it. And you're going to experience very intense, shift. Caveat though, those who come and haven't have a lot of, stuff that they haven't dealt with, might be quite intense, because my session is very strong. So you might need a few days to recover. But I don't want to scare you. I've had many people who, those who had kind of a lot of stuff that they haven't dealt with, or they didn't want to look at, and they haven't, it doesn't matter. And some, actually, most of them have already done some sort of work, but the energy, because I work with really high energy, high frequencies, and it's going to stir a lot and detox your energy to some level. That's how I would, explain this. And it's going to release a lot of crap that you've been carrying inside yourself, and ultimately it's going to be really good for you. Maybe you will not feel that way when you're going through the detox period, but at the end, it's going to be really good. And you might want to, take it and go further and do a longer sessions, because you want a certain result in your life and you're ready to invest in yourself. So I would drop the link somewhere. As I said, I never, above or below the video. So that was it for my Manifestation Wednesday. So shadow work is the part of you that you haven't addressed, the part of you that is wounded, and the part of you that sometimes you are rejecting because you're ashamed of it, because you don't want to look into it, because you're afraid of what you're going to see, because it's about truth as well. So if something is uncomfortable, we have a tendency to, just look away. No, I don't want to, because it's uncomfortable. It's going to challenge us. Our ego might come as well and say many things and mean things oftentimes. And we don't want to go through this because, we don't like that. But it's about looking at the prize. And the prize is your well-being. The prize is more abundance in your life. So once you decide that you're committed to get to that point, then you are okay with going through the discomfort. It's the same thing as working out. I mean, initially you might feel like, it's going to be painful and my body's going to ache initially. But then what do you have in mind? When you go into the gym, you might look like, I want that hot body, or I want to be healthier, or I want to maintain my body. So that's why you go work out, you sweat, and it's a little painful, and you might struggle initially, but then get used to it. So it's the same thing, because you want that outcome. You're ready to go through the discomfort and commit to go through the discomfort. It's the same thing when it comes to working through the stuff that I talked about, meaning doing some clearing and healing in your energy, and do what the title calls shadow work. So that was it for today. I hope that you have that it has helped you, that you understand that maybe this is why things are not going for me. This is despite all of the efforts and all of the work that I've done. Shit, why? And now you know why. Okay? So practice facing truth. I often say brutal honesty gets you quicker to what you want. So don't lie to yourself. Be honest with where you are, what you want, and what is in the way, and then decide what the next step is. All right, so that was it for today. I will be back tomorrow to do Love Thursday, which is about, I think the title was, it's about connecting to your heart. So that's going to be, and how it's going to help you in your love life. Obviously, it might sound obvious, but I'm going to give you a few insights that are going to be useful. Okay, so thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you, John, Jean-Frédéric, Sunny, Patrick, Kayan, Mariam. Thank you everybody, and those that I haven't mentioned and I haven't seen. I was very happy to see you. Maybe it's a good time to do my lives actually. Have a good attendance, I'm happy. Okay, so I'm going to love you and leave you and wish you happy manifesting. Bye. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, share, like, and put a comment under the video. Bye and happy manifesting.